you have a bowl game that's earlier, the 17th. How does that impact just practice and just kind of getting at it after it earlier as opposed to?
I don't know. I've never done it. So just going out and practicing every day. I have no idea. And bowl games I've been a part of, I've always been around Christmas and all that. Not complaining. And we get to go right out there and practice and get to work right now. So to me, it's always the same. You got the same number of practices. So out there playing.
What was the general mood when you guys find out? Like, oh, going to Frisco, Dallas, and we're going to play West Virginia. General mood of the players that when you walked in the room and said, hey, look, this is where we're going, this is what we're going to do.
From the defensive side, it's nothing special. I mean, they know we're going to a bowl and all that. It really don't matter who we play. It's about how we prepare it, and if we do things the right way and keep growing and keep progressing, things like that. Obviously excitement. There's a lot of teams not practicing. An opportunity to go play in a bowl game and an opportunity to try to get to 11 wins. Not a whole lot of teams get that opportunity every year. So it don't matter who we play, but the mood, obviously excitement and willing to get better.
In the preparation for West Virginia, like when you're prepping for your conference games, you pretty much know them because you've been around for a while. A lot of the players have been around for a while. The schemes may change a little bit, but you know a lot. West Virginia's totally different. This will be the first time you see these guys. Memphis has never played. What is it that they do, and how's the preparation for that?
It's the same. I mean, football's football. I mean, they run the ball well. They've had a lot of opportunities, and they've got a few explosive players, obviously, that just like every team does. At the end of the day, football's football. I mean, there's not anything we haven't seen at this point. There'll be a play that they haven't showed that they're going to run. That's every week. There's a lot of different things that you can obviously get out of those situations, but reality is football's football at this point. We are what we are. Defensively, I do like how we progressed all the way to the last game, and having that chip on your shoulder mindset. No matter really, our guys at this point, it don't matter who we play. Just go out there and play.
Kind of reflecting on the season, this whole season being defensive coordinator, how do you reflect on that, and how do you feel like you just said, how do you feel like the team has progressed?
Good. I think they've done an excellent job. I mean, I think there's a lot of positions individually where I've seen individual growth, and being able to put that together as a unit, and different guys stepping up and making plays that they've made, especially late on in the season. I commend the guys. I'm not taking anything away from all the work they've put into this thing at all, and I think they've done a really good job, owning the bad plays as well as the good plays. I think they've done a good job of seeing those things, and I think the progress has been there as a whole. I think it's been pretty good.
What do you see from Portland? Obviously, played a really good role in life.
Got the ball out a couple of times. He's a guy that's not, Cortland's a really good player, but we've got a bunch of guys that are the same way. That, man, chip on your shoulder, gritty type of guy that's going to fight until you can't fight anymore, and that's sort of what he is. He's a smart player, and he does things the right way. So I'm glad he got paid for it.
But with the bowl being earlier, you talk about you've never done this before, but in the past you've been down players for in the portal, but because the bowl game's early, do you think it's going to make you have more players available, or people just going to stay and then enter after?
Oh, good Lord, I have no idea. That's a great question. I got no idea. I haven't seen my phone today, so I don't know what's going to happen. Every day's a new day, so we'll see.
When you talk about coaching this group, right? Some of these guys, this is going to be the last game that you coach them because they're graduating and everything. Can you talk about just what it means to kind of do one last game with this group that you have?
It means everything. I mean, to me, it's like it's Greg Rubin, Camonte Hamilton, all those seniors that we got. I'm telling them out there. I mean, every practice is a celebration of you. Everything is a celebration to you to lead up to this game. Who knows if you get to play football again? Who knows if you ever get to put the pads on? You've worn them for how many years straight, and this might be the last time celebrate every time you get to go out there and practice right now, every time, all the way until the end of the game. Don't wait until the end of the game for the emotions to come. Let the emotions come now. Play off those emotions, but you got to build up to that. And I've told all those seniors, and I really appreciate them, especially the guys that came back, off of last year. There's some good players that came back and wanted to stay here and do it for Memphis, and it's a celebration for those guys. It is.
You had a couple of guys make first team on defense, Chandler, Davion. Talk a little bit about their progression and their leadership and what they have meant to the team and how you've seen them progress.
The best players are consistent. The best defensive players are consistent, and I say it every year. And you go back and you always look at those. Who gets those awards? It's the consistent players. It's the one that not on Saturdays. It's the ones that are consistent every day. The ones that ask questions. The ones that that come to work the right way. And those are the ones that. Now there's always this one player. Man, he should have been on here. He should have been on there. Well, what I say to those guys is always find out how consistent were you. And the same thing. I ask myself, how could I help them get to that point? The guys that are getting the awards, and obviously with Chandler and DK, and those guys that they're consistent football players, intelligent football players that learn from what they do wrong, and they continue to want to learn. That's how they get there.
So as you reflect back on your time in Memphis, you've been here for a few years. What have you learned from this year being your first year as defensive coordinator in Memphis? What's the big thing you learned?
It's the same. My parking spot changed. That's about it. You always find, obviously I've been a DC before, but you find out, you instantly turn to the dumbest person in the room again, which is fun. Especially on the internet, which is great. I love it. But it's no change. You make football about what football's about. The football is about the players. 100%. It's never going to change. You make it about something else, you're going to hate it. I absolutely hate it. And I try to stay grounded, and it has everything to do with what can I do for those players? How can I put them out on a stage when they deserve to be on a stage? And if they don't deserve to be on a stage, then how do I get them to that stage? That's all I reflect on.
Is there anything that you look at when, as far as West Virginia, what impresses you about what they do offensively?
They're big up front. I mean, obviously, the run game is the biggest thing. I think, 180-something yards, whatever it is. The quarterback runs real well. Obviously, he's a senior. He's got a lot of experience, so he sort of controls everything a little bit. The running backs run real well. 1 and 4 really, really good. Big tight ends, all that. I mean, exactly what you expect to see from a team in that league. So, is what it is. Line up and play.